Yeah, obviously since the boss has taken over, we've played some big games. First two games were obviously against really good teams, and then obviously we had the away win against Spurs, which was really good. So I think now the boss has said don't get too comfortable. We've still got teams above us that we want to try and overtake.
With 2023 out of the way, and we enter into the new year of 2024, it is absolutely a blessing. However, it is getting closer, whereas Jamaica is on that verge of playing in some top competitions. Remember, the semifinals of the CONCACAF Nations League against the United States, the Copa America, and of course, World Cup qualification. But the thing is, Jamaica is still in their quest for some top players who are English based, who have Jamaican descent. And today, I want to share my thoughts on the possible chances of Jacob Ramsey playing for Jamaica. So make we see. Wagwan.
Mirror 7.
Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your time. Earlier on, I mentioned that 2023 is out of the year, and now we welcome 2024. Happy New Year to all the fans of Premier 7. No, Jamaica men's national team had a brilliant season in 2023, and now we want for that to be transitioned into the new year. And of course, the quest for players to boost the international team is always a blessing. However, we want for such to be mixed with local players and help Jamaica to reach on that high level, even reflecting back those moments of 1998. And of course, the topic speaks today in regards to a current player of Aston Villa, a fresh, a young, a player who can hit a high ceiling before even his prime age. This is all about the man himself, Jacob Ramsey. And of course, the topic is my thoughts on the possible chances of Jacob Ramsey playing for Jamaica. It is indeed a privilege, though, being here to present on this topic of importance, as Jamaica is not on the verge really, but is in that position of recruiting players that have Jamaican family. Jacob Ramsey, his mother is a British woman, however, his dad is from Jamaica. And from Jamaicans hear that, then they would say, yes, man, Jacob Ramsey is another option. Yesterday I spoke about, or a few days I spoke about Gibbs White, because Gibbs White is one of those players as well who is in the pipeline that Jamaica is trying to work out. Let me say a deal if it is a transfer for to play for the country. And it is the same thing here for Mr. Ramsey. Hmm. To me, this one is more tricky as there is a more surge in regards to the speed, based on my opinion, in getting a Gibbs White relatively to a Ramsey. And it could be a case because of the fact that Ramsey is injured. There's not a lot being said about him. But a few months ago, he was on a topic that Jamaica was looking to recruit because remember, his father is a Jamaican. There's a similarity between Ramsey and the man himself, Gibbs White. Yes, England is that obvious one, but both of these players are close in terms of age. Currently, Ramsey is 22, very close to Gibbs White age. And I'm not doing a comparison, but I'm letting you know that the ages are close in terms of the age profile. And what is also close is the fact that these players are active in the rankings of playing for England in their youthful days. Speaking in regards to Ramsey, because the topic is all about Jacob Ramsey today, he's a current player of Aston Villa that we should know by now, but he played for his country from the under 18 level, and more so when he get older in his age, under 21s, he played even more, 16 games. You can check it out for yourself. No lie, no joke here. So the older he gets, the more he plays for England. And if he continues on that good form, then the more possible chance of him playing for England is likely than him coming to Jamaica. The thing is, we must understand that players really and truly would play for a country that have a good project or a better project, because we're comparing Jamaica and England here. Jamaica is on no level like England in terms of facility, in terms of structure, in terms of processing players, and the list goes on. But the thing is, where players can be transitioned from England to Jamaica is one, they have that family backline or background, and if they're not getting any game time for England, then they would say, you know what, Jamaica is looking to get me in, then I would like to come. And that is the thing is with this man in a Jacob Ramsey. No, I just want to give you some basic information about this player in regards to his details playing for Aston Villa. He's injured this season. I don't think he played more than 4 games, and that can affect his continuation in regards to his form. But a lot of players receive injuries, but it depends on the severity of the injury that can decide how well they will continue. Because this guy is a blistering talent. Not as experienced as some top profile players, but how he plays as if he's a top profile player. So just imagine how many games he will receive thereafter when he starts to kick in and kick in the sense that he's getting more game time. Then his ceiling will be higher than the norm. So let's jump into the details of this player because we love to show details on players in regards to their statistical details and how good they have been playing throughout their career. All right, so here we go now with this man, Mr. Ramsey. Speaking with reference to the Premier League, and Aston Villa is doing quite well. What if he was available? Maybe they would have been on top of the table. We never know. But then again, I have to correct myself. He has been playing more than I thought in the Premier League this season, 10 appearances, 1 goal. But last season, he was even better in terms of active appearance and form and GA. 35 appearances, 6 goals, 7 assists as a central midfielder. As a player who even can play on the left wing. Another versatile player that Jamaica is looking on. His goal contribution is amazing. It is amazing because this is a man that can play in numerous positions. And even if you look to your right, he can play everywhere you can see, more than 5 positions. Yes, his main position is center midfield, attacking midfield, left midfield, Can play also, as I mentioned before, on the left wing, center forward, right mid, right wing. This guy is absolutely a gem in regards to his overall adaptability in playing in numerous positions. You rarely see a player who can play in three different positions good enough. And for him to be age 22, playing as a CM, a AM, a LM, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Overall, he has played for Aston Villa senior team 114 times, 13 goals, 10 assists. Remember now, we don't want to only look on the stats. We want to focus on how impressive the player is in regards to the overall shape and chemistry of the team. And for him to be getting so many games for Villa at age 22, it shows nothing than the fact that the coach trusts him. And I just want to say here that having him in a Jamaican team, would it be a straight start? It would take time to me because the coach himself in Algrimson will need some time to get used to the player and see how well he can integrate him into the team. I have to make mention though that this guy was a European under 21 champion, another champion Jamaica is looking for. So we can see now that Jamaica wants players who are brilliant on and off the pitch and have that tick in regards to success. But the thing is, what is the possible chances of this man in Jacob Ramsey playing for Jamaica? If I should say out of 10, let me just say 50-50, because the news were hot earlier up in the year of last year, but now it dips a bit, maybe because he's injured. But there's no evidence to say like this man himself said that he wants to play for Jamaica, right? We heard about Gibbs White with the tattoo. That was more so an indication that Jamaica is my place. It could be like a smokescreen, but it shows more of a attraction. Nothing from this man. So to me, my belief is that it is a slim chance. All right. So I spoke about his profile and his achievement. Now I want to speak about this man in regards to his characteristics, his style of play as a player who is 22. And then I will talk to you about how this man will fit in the Jamaica team. All right. So for Jacob Ramsey, he is a quality player, playing in three different positions as you can see here, based on the player position. But the characteristics is what stood out. Weakness, no weaknesses based on the details, and that is absolutely amazing. Key passer, tackling, defensive contribution, blocking the ball, strong 4 times. You need to give this guy a clap. And right now, I would say Jamaica needs to get this guy in because Jamaica is weak in the midfield. And if you get in an energy, I won't say an energy bunny, but an energetic player like a Gibbs White as a number 10 and a Ramsey as a left midfielder or a central midfielder, then you will have that power in the Jamaican team. So you'd have like 5 players in that case. So I'm not going to include a defensive midfielder, but I'm going to start from the man himself, um, Ramsey. Ramsey, Gibbs White, then you have Bailey on the right, then you have um, Gray on the left, and you have Nichols or Antonio or Greenwood as a striker if all goes well. His playing style is absolutely simple to see and to explain because there has been a lot said about him based on his strengths, and his strengths will roll over and this sides on how his playing style will be. So he likes to make short passes, surprisingly, because English players like to do long ball. But this man is like more of a tactical player, a technical player, and he likes to tackle. Jamaica lacks that mobility. Jamaica lacks that I would say, intensity and balance and strength in the midfield. And to me, I believe that this man in Ramsey can take Jamaica to that level that they really and truly deserves to be. And you know, I normally speak about players for which I think needs to be put aside. And I think if this guy comes in, then he can replace some players. And I'm not going to be biased, but it's just the truth. The truth shall set us free. The excited part of the video is how will this guy fit in the Jamaica team? And I believe that he can play in several positions. Remember, he can play as an attacking midfielder, but he's more so a central midfield player, right? And he can also play as a left midfielder. So, I am going to give you the details on such for the player. And you may have a different opinion as to how I would go with the Jamaica lineup. But just hear me out and just see what I am saying here about the man himself in a Jacob Ramsey. So don't focus on the formation, focus on the player position. Even though the formation is important, and I think this formation can work because of the balance that it will bring. Remember, Ramsey is a man that is strong defensively. That is one of his strengths. And looking at him right here as a midfielder, not the CDM, because Palmer would be the CDM, or Low, or Russell, you name it, or Latibodir, central midfielder right here. This is a guy, 22, experienced with more than 100 games for Aston Villa, playing numerous games for England, more so at the under 21 level, European champion for the country. If nothing goes well for him in getting playing time for England, Jamaica should try their best to get him in because the Euros is close, and I know that Rice and even Phillips would get way more game time than Ramsey. Jamaica, Copa America is around the corner, but before Copa America is there, CONCACAF Nations League semifinals against the United States is closer. Getting a Ramsey. Right here, he occupies this spot. Sometimes he can play here. Sometimes he can play here. But we want him to play here because if all goes well, Gibbs White right here. Right? White would be where Reed is. So you have a Gibbs White. Right? Look at that. So White and Ramsey in that midfield. More power, more stamina. You have Ramsey, White, Gray, Bailey, Nicholson. Come on. That would be a better balance for Jamaica. He's a guy that can score goals from the left. And we don't want for him to really be the main goal scorer in a bit. We just want for him to be that instrument in that midfield, that boss in the midfield that will contribute to the defensive mechanism of the team, the attacking mechanism of the team, or that overall chemistry built up for the team. And when you have him in the midfield to start, then if he's tired or fatigued, you can put on somebody else. It brings more depth for Jamaica. And I am hoping that you're listening to what I'm saying here. Because the new year brings new things. And what I'm saying here brings a blessing as well. We don't talk just to talk. We talk with brain. We talk without being biased. And to me, even though I am speaking about the beauty that this guy possesses, it is my thoughts on his possible chances of playing for Jamaica. Then again, I said earlier on, 50-50. Let's see if he returns early enough before the league closes, and if he don't get any games for England, then Jamaica has to try their best to get him in, even though Gibbs White is more so a potential signing, like a transfer, right? It would be great to get even at least three persons in then. Let's say three. A Gibbs White, a Mason Greenwood, and a Ramsey. But McNeil could be the alternative. But we won't speak on McNeil. Possibly another time will do. But I had to speak about this guy in the new year because we want for him to get back in his form and get back to his game. But Jamaica and the world entirely, what is your say on this guy in playing for Jamaica? Because as I've said before, it is 50-50 for me. And if you're new, subscribe. I have 747 subscribers. Because of you, I am even more motivated to do more contents. You're new, subscribe as I've said before, share the video, comment. Let's be more interactive. And if you are already existing, then you know what to do. It is now my time to go though, on this first day of the new year, with this top notch video, picking your brains, letting you look on things from a different angle instead of looking at it from a hype level to say, oh, Jamaica is looking on Ramsey. The news shows that let's get him, it is possible. Maybe not. I want for you to think about it and, you know, think it through is the right way to say it. Than just to hurry up yourself and to believe. Without evidence at times, there is no justification that the player will be playing for Jamaica. So we need some more details and some more evidence then to determine that. But as I've said before, I am just sharing my thoughts to you, the public. It is now my time to go, and it is your time to have your say. So take care and goodbye for now. Until then.